In this video, I will show you how to create an inquiry space from scratch. In your profile on Graasp, you can press the plus button. Then you can press Create Inquiry Space. Then you can give it a name. I will call it Gears. Then you can click on the gear space, and you'll see inside the gear space the 5 inquiry space phases and an about space as well as a vote space. If you want to collaborate with someone on creating your inquiry space, you can just press add member and start typing the name of the person. And then, for example, I will add Sten here, and I will add him as an editor so he can actually work on collaborating with me. So now if I want to start working on my inquiry space, I will start working on the orientation phase. So I'll press on orientation, and here I will just start by drag and dropping a couple of images inside the space. So I'll take them and just drag and drop them here. Okay, and I will also start by just replacing the description here with something else. Okay, and so if I want to make gears bold, I can just press Command B here, or italic Command I. So here I want to have gears are everywhere. To have a first look at what the students would see, I can go to the Share tab here on the right corner and press on the standalone view button. So this typically gives you the URL for the students, and students would see such a login page when they get to this URL, where they can just put some nickname, whatever they want. I'll just put Adrian, and here I can see the first view of my standalone view for students. So here I can see my images, and for now the other phases are just empty. They just have the standard text. If I go back to Graasp to edit it, I was not very happy with the way that the images were placed, so I can go back to the tile view. So I click on these 4 squares here, and then I simply drag and drop the images around. So I want to put the watch first, bike second, and insect last. And then if I want to edit text in between images, I can press on the expanded view on the square. So here I say gears are everywhere. They're in watches, they're on bikes, and even in insects. Okay, so here now I'm happy with my orientation phase. I can go to the second phase, the conceptualization phase. I think that conceptualization is a bit complicated for students, so I renamed this to theory. And here in the, just press on the little checkbox, and here I will add a hypothesis tool to let students create a hypothesis. So in order to do that, I press the plus button on the top right, and I press the add app button here. Then I can either put a URL of an app that I know, or I can go through the list of apps available on GoLab. For that, I just press on select app, and here I have a whole list of applications. I know which one I will use, the hypothesis tool, so I start typing the name, so I straight away get to it. I press on hypothesis tool, and the tool is added to my face. So here I will just replace this standard text with creates a hypothesis. Then, in order to create content on my investigation phase, I press on investigation, and here I want to add a lab. So I press the plus button, press the add lab button, and there again I'm connected to GoLabs, where I have the list of labs available there. I see that there is a gear sketch lab that I want to use. I press on it, and here I can already start to try it out. So here in the gear sketch you can actually draw some gears, you can draw some belts, and then you can press the play button to play with speeds of the gears that you have created. Here I will change the name of the description to test your hypothesis with the lab below. Oops, and that's it. In the conclusion phase, I want students to upload a poster. So I'll tell them upload a poster, and in order for them to upload a poster, I will add an application. So I'll press the plus button again, add app, and I will use an application called a drop file that allows students to drop files in the inquiry space. Then the final phase, the discussion, I don't want to put anything in here, so what I will do, I'll go back up to the gears parent space, and here I see all my my phases, and I will just delete the discussion phase. Now I'm almost done for the for my inquiry space. The last thing I want to do is to change the background. So for that I press the pencil, and on the pencil I'll press the edit background button, and I will just drag and drop a background that I think is nicer. So here it is, and now if I go back to the inquiry space URL, refresh it, this is what I see. So my orientation phase has all the images in the right order with text in between. My theory space has the hypothesis tool application that students can use to create hypotheses. My investigation phase has the gear sketch lab, and that can allow students to create their test their hypotheses, and the conclusion tool that allows people to upload their posters. So for example, here if I have a poster, I can just drag and drop it, and that's it. On the teacher side, if I go back to Graasp, we saw before that we had a certain amount of inquiry phases, and we had an about and a vault space. The vault space is used to have all the student material, so typically the poster that was dropped in the drop file app is here in this vault space. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you later.